we are. All right, I was worried for a second. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Grandma Hershey Cooks. I'm Grandma Hershey, spelled with a U and not an E. So don't get it twisted. So, every time you look around, you never know what you're going to get on a live show. And for a second, I didn't think we were going anywhere. So, thank God we're here. All right. So today is episode 35. A 3 and 5. Ha, ha, ha. Moving right along. Okay. We get over half the year done. Okay. So, anywho, today's recipe is going to be pimiento chicken. And I use thighs on this recipe, but you can use whatever piece of chicken that is your favorite, boo, because this is your chicken. I just want you to enjoy it, okay? So, but anyway, teleprompter got far back. Maybe I need some of those writers that's on strike. But anyway, oh Lord, I really hope they get what they want because they deserve it. All the money all these folks getting off of their work, they deserve it. Okay, so kudos to you. So anyway, So anyways, pimiento chicken. Okay, there's your bloopers. You got them already. I never know what they're gonna be because this is a live show. You get your bloopers here. You have it. All right, let's hope for nothing else. All right, so anyway, pimiento chicken thighs. And this recipe is good for people who's watching their calories. It's good for saturated fat. It is good for sodium because I use a low sodium diet for myself. So because I don't want high blood pressure and I don't want to take no medicine for it, okay? So if you have high blood pressure, if you have high cholesterol, if you're just watching all your loveliness, okay, and you just need to shed a few or whatever you need to do, maintain some good size, then this is good for that. And it's also very low in carbs, of course, because it's meat. And it is very low in sugar and very high in protein, okay? So all around, this is a really good dish for you and it tastes delicious. I promise you. Now, how I came up with this recipe, I don't remember exactly how I came up with it. True. It was years ago. It was like 2009. I was trying to figure out when I first made it. So I think it was like 2009. And I had all these pimentos. And I'm going, what do we do with these pimentos? And so it just came to me, just put some cream of chicken soup on some, bake some chicken. I had used leg quarters and that was real tasty too. And bake some chicken, drain the juice and put you some cream of chicken soup in there and some pimentos. And it really made a difference. So I've been making this for a long time and always get good reviews. So I'm telling you. So, but the only difference is that I have lower sodium cream of chicken soup. And I'm looking for cream of chicken soup with no salt. And that's pretty hard to find. So right now I've got a lower sodium by Healthy Requests, I believe is who they are, by Campbell's. All right. So anywho, blah blah. Oh, so I was trying to figure out what to talk about today for our health topic, our nutrition topic. So what came to me was talk about cholesterol because that is a big issue. Oops, sorry about that. It's a big issue. So I looked it up. You know how Grandma Hershey rolls. She gonna look up her stuff. She's not making up stuff off the top of her head. Okay. So I went to Google. And I looked up what are the 5 signs of high cholesterol. I'm glad you asked. You develop symptoms of heart disease, stroke, or atherosclerosis. Atherosclerosis. Pardon my French. But that's all I'm saying. And so if I'm wrong, please correct me because I try to say it right. Okay. In other blood vessels. So that's what happened. If you have high cholesterol, you're developing heart disease, stroke, or atherosclerosis in other blood vessels. I can say that. Such as left-sided chest pain, pressure or fullness, dizziness, unsteady gait. Where you kind of walking like that, you might look like you're drunk. Slurred speech or pain in the lower legs, Any of these conditions may be linked to high cholesterol, and each requires medical help right away. So if you're experiencing any of those symptoms, you need to see your doctor because you just may be suffering from high cholesterol. Okay. Now, what does cholesterol do for the body? Why do we have it anyway? Some types of cholesterol are essential for good health. Your body needs cholesterol to perform important jobs, such as making hormones and building cells. I did not know that. Grandma Hershey learned that today when she looked this up. So cholesterol, good cholesterol, will make hormones and build cells in your body. Cholesterol travels through the blood on proteins called lipoproteins. Okay. Now, what reduces cholesterol quickly? How do we get rid of the bad cholesterol? Okay, I'm glad you asked. Oatmeal, oat bran, and high fiber foods. Soluble fiber is also found in such foods as kidney beans, Brussels sprouts, apples, and pears. Who'd have thought? So if you want to lower your cholesterol quickly, get you some kidney beans, Brussels sprouts, apples, pears, oatmeal, oat bran, or high fiber foods. Soluble fiber can reduce the absorption of cholesterol into your bloodstreams. So 5 to 10 grams or more of soluble fiber a day decreases your LDL cholesterol, and that's the bad cholesterol. The good cholesterol is HDL. So if you want to lower your cholesterol, get you 5 to 10 grams a day of soluble fiber. Okay. Now, the last question. What should be the daily intake guideline of cholesterol? I'm extremely glad you asked. Okay, now this I looked on a different part, and this was medically reviewed by Deborah Weatherspoon. She has a PhD and an MSN. Okay, and it was written by Heather Gray, and they updated this on August 31st of this year, which was just last month. Okay, so this is your up-to-date stuff. If you have risk factors for heart disease, you should not consume more than 200 milligrams of cholesterol a day. That means you're not going to eat a lot of meat. Okay. If you do not have risk factors for heart disease, you should limit your cholesterol intake to no more than 300 milligrams a day. You still don't have to be a pig. Okay. So if you want to keep your cholesterol at a good level and you don't want to be put on statins, then you need to follow these instructions. And if you want me to send you a copy, just go to Grandmahursheycooks at gmail.com, and I will be more than happy to send you a copy of this. Okay. Because Grandma Hershey don't want you falling out. All right. She wants you to be healthy, just like she is working on being healthy. All right. But my number's been good. So I'm just really working on maintaining it because I don't have to take no medication. Thank God. Thank the Lord. All right. We're not church. So the healthy highlights for this recipe is the calories is 194.6. The saturated fat is 3.2 grams. That is good. The cholesterol is 92.1 milligrams. I'm tripping. Milligrams. The sodium is 329.6 milligrams. Carbs is 6.1, and that's because you got the pimento and the soup and stuff in there. The fiber is only 0.1 gram. That's all right, because your side dish can give you your fiber. Get some broccoli or something. All right. The sugar is just 0.5 grams. So you know it's great for the diabetics. And the carbs are 6.1, not too shabby. The fiber is 0.1 grams. I said the sugar, didn't I? No, I didn't. 0.5 grams. Here we go with more glucose. Anywho, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to move along. All right. Protein. The best part about it is the protein because it is meat. There is 20.1 grams of protein in this chicken. Just one chicken thigh, okay? And you want boneless and skinless if possible. It'll be a lot easier to eat it over your bed of rice or mashed potatoes. Whichever one you choose, boo, this is your recipe, okay? So let's go ahead and make the recipe because time is of the essence around here. So the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Preheat. Don't wait till the last minute, okay? And then, and I know they say you're not supposed to wash the chicken, blah, blah, blah. So, but like I said, I got ways to do it. Now, one time I showed you about how to do it in the plastic bag, okay? Now, this time what I did was I took a big old bowl and I put 1/4 teaspoon of white vinegar and some water. And then I soaked the chicken for 10 minutes. And then I played around with it a little bit, no splashing, so that it can get that gunk off. I just don't like that gunk, okay? So then when you take it out the bowl, you are going to have you a pan or something that you can put it on a plate, and you're going to just gently squeeze the excess water out because you don't want to splatter nothing. That's the big problem about it, okay? And then you're just going to put it on there or whatever. And then once you're finished with all of that, then you are going to gently pour the water down your sink. But what I do is I like to put some bleach in ahead of time, some bleach water ahead of time, and then turn my garbage disposal on so it can get all that in there, and then slowly pour it in there so it can go ahead and go out. And then when you're done with that, I put some bleach water in my bowl and some bleach water in my sink, and I spray all that on a light spray with hot water so it can while the water the garbage disposal on so I can take all that away. Okay, now that's how Grandma Hershey do it. And you do it the way you do it, okay? I don't want nobody getting in trouble over Grandma Hershey, all right? So anyway, we already done that with this chicken. See how nice and clean it looks? Okay, don't have all that gunk on it. So that's what you're going to do with the chicken to get to prep your chicken whichever way you want to. Then we're going to spray our pan with, I've got grapeseed all spray this time. It was on sale. Grandma Hershey be trying to get those deals, okay? Because I've been trying to get as healthy as possible. This is much better than just regular old spray. You're not getting no aerosol and nothing like that. So then you want to spray your pan so it don't be sticky, because chicken can stick. So that's how that's going to go. Then you want to take your chicken and get your trusty tongs. Unless you put some gloves on, you don't want to touch no raw chicken if you can help it. All right. And then now one thing about this chicken when it's boneless and skinless, it gets kind of wide. All right. So we're gonna put these chickens in this pan, this dish, this baking dish. All right, right. Yeah, this is one piece. See how big they look? They almost look like a flattened up breast, but it's not. It's not no breasts. Y'all remember in Living Color? I don't know who all knows about Living Color. It still runs, I think. Anyway, there was this one man, his character was in prison. And every time somebody talked about something, he would say, and two big breasts. So every time I think about a chicken breast, I think about that crazy man. Oh, Lord. Grandma Hershey come up with some crazy stuff. That's because she's been around a long time. She hear crazy stuff. Okay. So now we're going to squeeze this piece in some kind of way. All right. And then these two little extra little pieces, they can sit in there. Those my little tasters. So now, we got another piece. We don't want to leave nobody behind. All right. Everybody gets equal opportunity to be eaten around here. Okay, so now you're going to take a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash onion and herb, a teaspoon of Mrs. Dash garlic and herb, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper, black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, okay? And so, Grandma Hershey don't like stuff on her fingers. So she is going to put on her glove. All right, y'all ready for an exam? Okay, we're going to sprinkle half of this seasoning on top of all of this chicken, okay? That's some nice and seasoned meat. One thing my daddy taught me is when you cooking a meal, you want to season that meat. All right, because if you just put it on afterwards, it's not inside the meat. All right, so then we're going to flip everything over and we're going to repeat what we just did. Well, no, that one didn't get much seasoning. I guess his brother's going to have to help him out. Brothers and sisters. All right, can y'all see me flipping this meat? Okay, one more to flip. Get over there. Sometimes they get unruly, but they're not gonna beat Grandma Hershey. All right. Then we're gonna put the rest of the seasoning on the other half. We want our meat to be seasoned, and you don't have a bunch of salt in it, because for one, meat has some salt in it already. Mostly everything that you eat already have some natural salt in it. Most of it. All right. Smells delicious. I wish you could smell it. All right. Now, once we do that, I'm not going to touch the chicken because I got to play with my pimentos. So once we do that, then we're going to take 1 can of cream of chicken soup. And like I said, I have the healthy something by Campbell's. All right. And it's 410 milligrams of sodium per serving. And I hate that part because it's still a lot for me, but it's way less than what you get in that other cream of chicken soup. Way less. All right, so we're going to pour it in the bowl. And then we're going to add a half a cup for each can. You're going to add a half a cup of this chicken broth, which has very little salt. So look for that. No salt added chicken broth, okay? So a chicken stock even. So we're going to add that in there. Then I'm going to take my trusty fork, and you can use a whisk if you like. But I'm going to take my trusty fork and gently mix all that together, because you're going to pour this on top of this chicken. Ooh. Get in there. Oh, but what I didn't tell you, oh Lord, okay, before you pour on the chicken, this about far as we're gonna end up having to go, because you have to bake this chicken for 20 minutes, then flip it again and bake it for 20 minutes. Then once that's done, you're going to drain the broth that it creates into some kind of dish so that you can use it later for something else. Like I use some of it for the rice. Okay, and it makes some good rice. People don't like rice. They haven't had my rice. Okay, so this is as far as we're going to go, because I have to bake this chicken first. But so once it's baked and you take it out and you drain the broth, then you are going to pour the cream of chicken soup on top. Then once you do that, then you will take, so I didn't even need to put the glue on. Then you're going to take the pimentos. Remember that pimento cheese? Well, this is what they make it out of. These are actual pimentos. This is a 4-ounce jar. And for every 6 chicken thighs or legs, or whichever little pieces you want to use, you need 4 ounces of the pimentos. And then once you pour it down, you will sprinkle that on top so it can look nice and beautiful. And then you will put that in the oven. You're going to reduce the oven to 375. Put that back in the oven for 30 minutes. Now I'm going to show you what the kitchen angels have done for me. You know, they love some Grandma Hershey, and Grandma Hershey loved them. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the end result looks like when you do exactly what I just said now. All right. This is what you get after that. See all the pimentos? Tilt this over there. I want to make sure you can see this. See that? Get the pimentos in there. Oh, that is really good. So now, what I did was I made some rice and I used a little bit of that broth. Oh Lord, y'all looking at too much love in this. Go back up a little. Whoa. You don't want y'all to see everything. Leave something for the imagination. So anyway, Grandma Hershey made some rice. Now you can use mashed potatoes, because this soup was good on some mashed potatoes too. Okay, you can call it Fiesta mashed potatoes or something with that pimento on top. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this spoon, and I'm going to take a piece of this pimento chicken, and you see it? Put that on top. Then I'm going to take some of this gravy, because that's what it turned into. It's a good old gravy. And put that on the rice. And can you imagine if it was mashed potatoes, what it would do? I know you can. And then Grandma Hershey gonna make sure it's not poison for you. Use this fork. Now, one thing I can say about this chicken, it is so tender that you don't even have to really use a knife if you don't want to. Okay. So hope it don't make it loud of me. When I ate it yesterday, then I didn't have to use a knife. Okay, anywho, we're going to put some chicken inside this rice so that I can taste it for you. Okay, it's trying to give me too much one time. There we go. All right. And then we're going to dip some with this rice. And then we're going to taste and make sure you got some pimentos in there. Should we add that to the hookum list? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, we'll take another little piece for the team. See if I'll have this on the surface, it'll come off a lot easier. All right, let's taste one more little bit. Just as good as the last taste. All right, so we're gonna put that down. That's so good and so tender and so juicy. Okay, so what I need you to do, if you like this show and you want to see more of it, I need you to hit the thumbs up, saying that you like Grandma Hershey. Then I need you to hit the subscribe button if you have not subscribed already. Then hit that black bell. Every time I come on, it'll let you know, okay? And then after that, the biggest thing to do is to share this with your friends, share this with your family, and even share it with your enemies, because everybody got to eat. All right, we're going to feed the world, okay? So now, I want to give some shout outs this week. So my sister by another mother, Marie, she said she watched the show last week. My friend Reggie watched the show last week. My friend Donna watched the show and she left me a comment. And my friend Deborah King watched the show as well. And this lady that I met on this, okay, so I listen to these inspirational groups. And so this one is called Heroic. And so this lady I met on the group, she told me that she saw my show and shared it with some more people. I want to say thank you, Elizabeth, for watching the show and sharing it. And thank you to Heroic, because it is a great inspirational group to be involved in. Then I also want to shout out to Sue at Camden Point Baptist Church. I saw her on Sunday at the church picnic, and she said, I've been watching your show and I tried your recipes. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. And then there's they all know me as Grandma Hershey. And that's good. I love it. I just feel so good. So one other thing, we had a birthday this week at our house. My granddaughter Tuka had her birthday. She's growing up to be a fine young lady. And I just want to say happy birthday, and Grandma loves you. And happy birthday to anybody who had a birthday in the last 7 days, because I'm big on birthdays. All right. That means you made it another year. Okay. So next week, I'm going to be in Colorado. Grandma Hershey she's going to be in Colorado for a conference. She got 2 things she's going to do. She's really getting to be a star around here. I'll tell you what. Anywho, so next week, I will have my first guest on the show. It's my niece, Tiara. She does have a degree in nutrition, and she's going to give the nutritional quote for the day. Okay. And we are going to be making shrimp stir fry. Something quick and easy, something healthy. That's what we're going to be doing. All right. So I hope to see you next week on Tuesday. And it's going to be 5:30 Central Time. It'll be, I think, 4:30 her time, but it's 5:30 Central Time, 3:30 on the West Coast Pacific time and 4:30 on the Eastern time. Anyway, 5:30 Central time, you can find it. Anywho, Grandma Hershey don't know geography that well, but she know how to cook, I tell you that. Anyhow, time is of the essence right here. I don't have all day, you don't either. So I will see you next week. Love you. Thank you for coming by. Mwah. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. Mwah. And this is some good stuff, I'm telling you.